Like and subscribe right now, or this spider will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Sometimes the curiosity of animals often pushes them in unfortunate situations. Those life-threatening ordeals can lead them to a painful and terrible ending. But wait till you watch some incredibly brave-hearted humans rescuing them. Let's get started with Leopard in a Well. In a village of Maharashtra, a leopard was found stuck in a 20-foot deep well where the dark water held it hostage for a long time. At first, the rescue team provided a wooden plank so the animal could stay afloat. But it wasn't very helpful. The leopard had been stuck there for several hours, and it was crucial to help it and save it from drowning. Then, the rescue team lowered down a small cage to catch the leopard safely in it. The animal understood the effort and went into the cage and was brought out of the well in time. Giraffe with ring. In the wild jungle of Kenya, a giraffe got its legs stuck in a metal ring. The animal couldn't walk anymore and was completely tied to the ground. Wildlife rescuers reached the spot where the wounded giraffe was lying to help it. The metal ring was so hard and sharp that it was cutting the flesh of the animal. The ring was stuck in the right leg of the giraffe, and the poor animal was in a bad condition. The rescuers had to tie its legs to keep the giraffe in place, and then cut the metal ring to free its leg. The wound from the ring was so deep that it had injured the giraffe's leg, but months later, the animal was healthy again. Wild elk rescue. A bull elk was stuck in the muddy water in the middle of the forest. The rear legs of the elk were sunk in the mud, and the poor animal couldn't get out of it. The rescuers tried to bring it out by their hands first, but the animal was very afraid and wouldn't let the men touch it, so they had to find another way to help the animal. They tried to help with a giant stick by pushing its body from behind, but the bull elk was still in anger. At last, they tied a rope to its big horns and pushed hard to bring the animal out. After several attempts, the animal was out of trouble and rushed back to the forest. Elephant in mud. This baby elephant was crying badly when it fell into thick mud without its mother. This event took place in Tsavo East National Park in Kenya in 2018. The rescue team began to take action to help the poor animal. The calf was stuck deep in the mud, so the team put ropes under its body to drag it out of the mud. Eventually, they were able to bring the animal out of the thick ditch, but there was another problem. The calf was still confused to find its mother, so the team went out of their way to reunite the duo. However, the mother elephant also couldn't spot the baby because it was covered in mud and she couldn't smell it. But luckily, her stressful condition was timely resolved and the duo reunited. Horse rescue mission. A horrible sight was spotted by the firefighters in China when a total of 18 strong horses were stranded in the swamp. They brought the first horse out by tying a rope to its body. When it came out, its feet were glued deep in the mud. After some initial successful efforts, the team put down a wire mesh right near the sticky mud water so the horses could easily stand after coming out. The horses being in the same spot had been trying hard to free themselves, and this effort left them feeble. A tractor was also used to scrape away the mud to free the path. The rescue operation took 3 hours to get complete and continued till night until all the horses were safely brought back on the ground. Elephant rescue. In one of the forests of Kerala, India, a baby elephant fell into a ditch. The empty ground was too deep for the little animal to crawl out. The elephant family was watching this scene from nearby, waiting for the help to arrive. The rescue team quickly came to aid the little elephant. They dug out the ditch with an earth mover to make the area wider for the calf, who tried to climb up, but it didn't work. The team then harrowed out the ditch more to make the surface even for the calf to come upwards. After clearing the area well, the baby elephant came out on its own and reunited with its mother. Baby hippo rescue. A rescue operation was carried out to save a baby hippo from the muddy waters in the jungle of Kenya. The calf was stuck in the water surrounded by big leeches. The most important part of the rescue was to save the baby hippo in time to save its life. The little animal was very young and weak, and being stuck in water without its mother was very dangerous. The hippo tried to find its way out, but it was in vain. So the rescuers jumped in and caught the stressed animal with a net, and the animal was rescued. Buffalo herd. A herd of buffalo was seen near the pond in the Kruger National Park, Africa, and some of them were stuck in the thick mud near a pond. So the rescue team brought their cars to help the buffaloes. A total of 5 of them were trapped in the mud. The rescuers brought ropes and tied the head of the animal to bring it out of the thick pond. It took them several hours to complete the rescue operation until all the buffaloes were reunited with their herd. It was very difficult for them to bring these animals out because the buffaloes weren't cooperating very well. In the operation, some of them got angry, and right after coming out, they did this. Not a healthy farewell, indeed. Horse in icy lake. It's hard to believe how such a strong animal could end up helpless in such a situation. In 2010, in Bedford County, a horse was stranded in the middle of a frozen lake. The fire department of the county came there to rescue the animal. They had to carefully crawl up on the icy layer to reach the horse. Also, they needed to cut out the ice in a circle shape so that the trapped animal could get out. The poor animal was very confused and only relied on the help of the rescuers. After cutting the layer carefully, one of the marshals pulled the horse all the way out of the cold water. Elephant in water. A 5-day-old baby elephant was stuck inside a muddy pond. Look how anxiously its mother is strolling around, unable to save its calf. The rescue team of the wildlife park came forward to help the stressed animal. The pond wasn't too deep, so the rescuers put little effort and tied the rope onto the calf to bring it out of the water. Once out, the baby elephant again tried to enter the pond, but oops, the danger averted. The mother elephant quickly spotted its calf and ran to bring the baby back. Lion under ditch. All the people standing outside this deep ditch are busy rescuing a lion that was stranded below. A rescue operation was held to help the poor animal out. The lion was trapped there for too long, and it had lost the energy to move. A birdcage was laid down to bring out the big cat, but the animal was so lethargic that it didn't even move from its place. It seemed like the lion was injured. That's why it became too weak to walk. So the team sent 2 men down to put the wild cat into the cage. The men put a cloth on the lion's face, dragged its body into the cage, and brought it to the surface. Saving rhino. Animals sometimes lose their sense of safety, and instead of being in a pond, they drown themselves in thick mud. Like this rhino, which was stuck in the thick mud for a long time. Despite being a strong animal, it couldn't get itself out of trouble. A rescue operation was needed, and a crane was brought in to help the poor animal. The crane dug deep to remove the thick mud out of the way for the animal. It took some time to dig efficiently around the rhino so it could easily walk away. After clearing the way, the rhino was free to leave the pit. And now, let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. This image was sent to us by one of our subscribers. Similarly, if you ever wish to know more about an image you come across, just send it on over to us. Who knows, we might even feature it in one of our videos. A baby elephant along with its family was drinking water from a river, but the tragedy of the event was that the calf fell into the high current water. The big elephants tried to save their calf, but they couldn't get it out. Then, one member of the rescue team came forward and waded into the water to help the stuck calf. The baby elephant was terrified, so the man had to carry the animal on its shoulders to cross the water. A heartwarming encounter was spotted in the region as after having the baby back, the mother elephant touched the head of the man to thank him of the great favor. Wrapping this one up, see you next time.